Hey, welcome back to Live on Purpose TV. Some of you have requested that we talk here about some positive behavior management strategies, especially for a classroom or a group of children. I heard your request. In some of the comments on our parenting videos, I'm getting teachers and people who run daycares or people who have groups of children, and they're asking, what are some positive behavior management strategies that we can use? Let's take this on in a top 10 kind of a format. Coming in at number 10. Maybe this one should have been higher, but I'm putting it at 10. Give clear instruction. Be very clear about what it is you expect. Here's an example. A colleague of mine and co-founder of the Nova Principles program uses this clear instruction when he's working with classes. Class, go quickly and quietly back to your seat, look at me, and await further instruction. Ready? Go. Think about that. And he has trained his classes to respond to him when he says, when I say go, go quickly and quietly to your seats, look at me, and await further instruction. Ready? Go. It's awesome. And if they don't do it correctly, he has them return to where they were and practice it again. Oh, class, that wasn't quickly or quietly. Let's try it again. When I say go, go quickly and quietly to your seat, look at me, and await further instruction. Ready? Go. I love the clarity of that. That's number 10. Coming in at number 9, use a physical sign to signal that it's time to pay attention. When I was younger, I was in the Boy Scouts program. Earned my Eagle Scout as a teenager, and I have all kinds of great memories of what I learned in scouting. When it was time in a scout meeting for everybody to pay attention and draw their attention back to the front of the room, it was the scout sign, which comes up like this, and the leader would simply put up the scout sign. Now everybody's still talking and chattering, right? But somebody noticed, and they know what it means, so they put up the scout sign. Well, pretty soon, the whole room starts to hush from the front to the back as everybody starts to notice, oh, it's time to pay attention. A physical sign, like the scout sign. Coming in at number 8, repeated practice. People get really good at whatever they practice. When you're working with a group of children, or a group of adults for that matter, they don't know yet what your expectation is. As you use that clear articulation of what your expectation is, they may need to practice it again. I give you an example of this with Charlie in the Nova program, as he says, oh, that wasn't quickly or quietly. Let's try that again. It's okay for you to use that phrase. You know what, class? That wasn't whatever you explained to them in your instruction. Let's try that again. Give them a chance to practice it. Now, not only is it practice, but it's a mild form of punishment. Punishment has a bad rap, but all I mean is something that's going to reduce the likelihood that a behavior will happen again. If they know that they don't go quickly and quietly, that they'll have to do it again, that's a mild punishment that helps them to reduce the likelihood that they'll make the mistake again. So repeated practice, that's number 8. At number 7, avoid the keep talking louder trap. I've seen this so many times with a teacher in a classroom, for example, and the class is a little unruly, so what does the teacher do? The teacher raises their voice a little, right? I know teachers who go home with complete voice fatigue because they're up there at the front of the class talking so loud the whole time. Here's the psychology behind it. Sometimes, a very quiet voice or even a whisper is going to get their attention even faster than a loud voice. So changing up the vocal dynamics, don't get trapped in this just keep talking louder kind of a trap. Number 6. have some kind of a warning system where people can get a little heads up that, oh, I'm in the danger zone here. Going back to Charlie, my partner in the Nova Principles program, he uses a no card. A no card. These are physical cards that he has in his pocket. And if one child or a group of kids is causing some disturbance, he will go over and simply place a no card on that child's desk. They're not in trouble. They don't get any other consequence at this moment. The no card is simply a warning to stay engaged in what's going on and not disrupt the class. And it can be very, very powerful. The kids around that student will also notice that they got a no card. Now, and if they give them a bad time about it, oh, you got a no card, then Charlie will give them a no card as well. So this is part of the culture that you set up in a classroom environment or as you work with a group of children. Use a physical reminder like a no card. Coming in at number 5, and I put this at 5 because it's a little more effective and easier than even number 6 that I just shared with you with the physical no card. Physical presence. Changing where you stand. You've got one student who's distracted, for example, or kind of causing a disruption in the class. You simply, as you continue instructing the class, you simply walk over and place yourself physically in that child's proximity. They're going to notice you're not paying attention to them. You're physically placing yourself in their space. And that often is enough to get the behavior to change. I think this physical presence is a really great first intervention before you pull out a no card, before you give any kind of a consequence. Simply be present there physically. You can even step that up. Let's say that they're still not quite noticing that they're being disruptive, so you take your hand and you place it on their desk, just there on the corner of their desk. Very casually, place your hand there, right? This increases your physical presence. It's a great first intervention. Coming in at number 4, I love to use this one, especially if I'm in a large group of people and I've got them doing some activities. This happens to me in trainings or presentations where I'll say, okay, now we're going to divide up and do this particular activity, right? And it's noisy and disruptive. And I've seen some trainers go to the front of the room and they say, hey, okay, everybody, pay attention to me again. And it's so noisy that nobody can even hear them, and it's painful almost to witness. Here's what I've found. This is the number 4, clap. Now, I don't mean start into raucous applause. What I mean is you simply say in a very calm and measured voice, if you can hear my voice, clap once. And then I clap. Now, nobody's listening at that point. Maybe somebody did and they clap with me once. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. And now 7 or 8 people are doing it with me, and what just happened? The whole room is starting to orient toward, wait, what's happening now? Then I say again calmly, if you can hear my voice, clap 3 times, and usually by then, the entire group, it can be 200 people, is now paying attention to me. And I can say, thank you for coming back. Let's talk about what we just learned. Usually 2 claps is enough. 3, almost any group is going to handle that. So number 4, clap. Coming in at number 3 is a very foundational behavioral principle. It's called situational planning. This is where you, as the leader, the teacher, the instructor, the trainer, anticipate what might come up, and you plan the physical layout of the room and your approach to handle any anticipated disruptions. So you know, for example, that a certain kid in your class is going to be disruptive. You seat that kid with someone that you know will help to keep them on track, or away from the particular distractions that they have. If there are things in the room that are likely to distract people, you minimize those distractions before you come in. This is simple situational planning. Number 2, and now we're getting into the real core of things. Don't just manage, lead. That is actually the title of a book written by a dear friend of mine, Art Coombs. Don't just manage, lead. You're not there to manage the behavior of this classroom. You are there to inspire and lead these students, whoever it is that's in your group, to some higher level of performance or joy or functionality in their life. Keep that perspective in mind and don't just manage, lead. Which brings us to number 1. This is the most powerful thing that you can do. Here it is. Love them. That sounds all fluffy, right? Yeah, this is powerful. If you are motivated by love, they will feel that and they will allow you to influence them in powerful ways. So love them, like them, enjoy them genuinely. If you're showing up as a teacher and it's just like the most painful experience you can imagine to be in front of these people who irritate and annoy you, that's going to show up in your interactions with them, and you will have more behavior problems in that setting. Number 1 is there for a reason. You love them, like them, enjoy them, and show up for them as an inspiring leader. Did you find that helpful? I hope it was, because you're making a difference for our kids. I'll be back tomorrow with some more content. I'll see you then.